So on that note, bring yourself onto your mats. If you haven't got a mat, absolutely don't worry. You can do your class on the carpet, the floor, on a towel, whatever you want. Give yourself a little wiggle around, get out any little bits of extra energy that you might have. And when you're ready, bring yourself into a cross-legged position. Drop your palms onto your knees, drop your shoulders, neck long, spine long, and close your eyes. And let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Expand your abdomen and send all of that air down towards the bottom of your lungs. Filling them like a glass all the way to the top. And as you exhale, reverse the breath, draw the navel in towards the spine. And again, inhale. Visualizing your lungs like a glass of water filling all the way to the top. And as you exhale, pull that navel in towards your spine. Release every last drop of air from your lungs. And exhale. Start to tune out your surroundings. Tune into your breath, tune into your body. Tuning out any distractions, any wandering thoughts or worries. Maybe reach for an imaginary broom and sweep your mind clear of any clutter, anything that doesn't serve you in this moment. Feel that breath washing through you, cleansing you, drifting into every corner of your body. And exhale, release, pull that navel in towards the spine. Let's start to check in with our key tension points. So we tend to hold on to pockets of stress in our day-to-day lives, sometimes without even really noticing. So first I want you to drop the shoulders, pull the shoulders down at your spine. As you do, sit tall, lift through the chest, lift through the spine, plant the sit bones. So as you pull those shoulders down away from your ears, allow your neck to grow long. Notice the difference in how you feel when you let go of the tension in your shoulders. Start to soften your features, so no grinning or frowning, nothing that puts any extra tension on your facial features. Just become soft and neutral. No furrowing the brow unnecessarily. Start to soften your jaw. Unlock the back teeth and drop the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Maybe you open your mouth as tiny bits so you can stick your tongue out a little. And notice how you feel when you let go of those areas. So particularly the jaw and features can contribute to headaches. And all of these areas contribute to neck, shoulder and back pain. So not just throughout the class, but throughout our day-to-day as well. It's important that we just check in with our shoulders, our features, our jaw. Just make sure we're letting go of those pockets of stress that we're holding there. I know it's hard, being a human can be very stressful. Let's start to gently mobilize our body. So feel free to keep your eyes closed at this point if you'd like to. You can open them if you want to. We're going to draw our chin towards our shoulder. It doesn't matter which one. You're just going to gently roll the head from shoulder to shoulder, little half circles. For those of you that have done my class every day for the entire lockdown, probably know this beginning bit by now, off by heart. And then gently send that into a full head roll if you'd like to. Remember, it is an option to stay with just the half rolls. If you're going to do a full roll of your head, remember to go both ways. You feel those clicks in the neck. It can be quite satisfying. Gently back to center. Rolling the shoulders now up to the ears, down your spine, starting to loosen that area. Pulling the shoulders up towards your ears and down your spine. So make it nice and indulgent, make it a big movement, not a lazy roll. You want to imagine you've got pens on your shoulder blades and you're drawing circles on the wall behind you. Pull the shoulders up to your ears, down your spine. Really nice, up to the ears, down the spine. Really opening the chest as you go. Inhale, up to the ears, down your spine. Really nice. Lovely. And then bringing yourself back to center. Really nice. Let's interlace our fingers in front. Imagine you're hugging a giant beach ball. Pull those shoulders apart at the back. Drop the chin to the chest and create a C shape with your spine. Deep inhale. As you exhale, start to push the hands up towards the sky, dropping the shoulders, pushing the sky away. Inhale, we open the arms. In line with your shoulders, reach the fingers to either side of the room and really point them. Maybe twist your wrists, maybe wiggle your fingers. And then exhale, pull the arms behind, shoulders together. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Open that heart center. Really nice. Let's go for one more of that little sequence. Draw the fingers in front, pull the shoulders apart, drop the chin to the chest. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, gently pushing the hands up towards the sky. Inhale, open the arms nice and wide. And exhale, bring those arms behind, open your heart center, pull the shoulders together at the back. Lovely. And just let go of those fingers, drop the right hand behind you on the mat. Keep the arm long, so it's acting like a secondary spine. Take your left hand and bring it to the outside of your right knee. Seated spinal twist. Drop those shoulders, deep breath, inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, push that knee away and gaze all the way behind you. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. So when we're twisting, we compress the organs, we release any toxins. So that when we release the twist, fresh blood runs through our organs. Deep breath, inhale. And gently release, bring yourself back to center. Take your left hand behind you like a secondary spine. Right hand to the outside of the left knee, sit tall, drop the shoulders, inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, push that knee away, twisting through the spine, gaze all the way behind you, compress those organs. Really, really breathe. So using that back arm as a support post, not a leaning post. What I mean by that is try not to slump backwards. You still want to sit nice and tall, gaze all the way behind you, deep breath. And gently release. Lovely. Take your left hand now in line with your left hip. Your right arm comes up and over those right fingers to touch the left side of the room. Push into your right hip. Make sure those sit bones stay planted on the mat. If you feel that right bum cheek start to lift, pull yourself back into the stretch. Keep your chest open as well. Try not to slouch forward. If you want to drop down onto your left forearm, you can, reaching with those right fingertips all the way to the left side of the room. Deep breath from hip to finger. Lovely. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Gently release. Drop that right hand in line with your right hip. Left arm up and over, reaching that left hand all the way across to the right side of the room. Pushing to the left hip, drop down onto your forearm if you want to. Keep the neck along the shoulders down as you reach those fingers, left fingers towards the right side of the room. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale, keep the chest open, keep those bum cheeks planted, nice and even. Gorgeous. And gently bringing yourself back to center. Really lovely. So the request for seated hamstring stretches. So that is where we're going to start today. And actually, seated hamstring stretches are some of my absolute favorites. So what we're going to start with is we're going to start with just gently opening the hips. And I know I generally use these at the end of the class, but we're going to start today with them. So I want you to bring your feet together like palms, hands around your toes, Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. So what we do is we sit tall, drop the shoulders, and start to drop your knees open on either side of the mat. Deep breath, inhale. As you exhale, start to pull the knees apart. Feel them dropping down onto the mat. Feel those hips open. So this is a great pose if you're pregnant, but in general, it's a lovely, gentle hip opener. It doesn't put too much pressure on you. You can really do it in your own time. It also increases the blood flow to the pelvic floor, which it gives you that quite nice, warm feeling. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, keep dropping those knees. Those of you wanting to take this a little further, maybe you want to hinge at your hips, take a little forward fold, which will also get a little deeper into your hamstrings. You're just going to push those toes out in front just a tiny bit, creating a diamond shape with your legs. And you're going to hinge at the hips. Bring yourself forward. Remember, we are hinging at the hips, which means we keep the spine flat. So try not to turn into the hunchback of Notre Dame as you lean forward. You just want to keep that spine nice and flat, even if it means you don't go as deep into the stretch. That's not important. You can still use your elbows to push those knees down. And what I like to think in this stretch is that I'm making myself small so that I can send myself in the post. You want to put yourself into an envelope. So trying to draw yourself face towards your feet. Feel that hinge at the hips. Feel the hamstrings and the hips stretching. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Give me one more here. And gently you're going to unravel through the spine. And I'm just going to counter that little forward fold. Straighten the legs out in front. Bring the feet together, point the toes, engage your legs. Bring your palms underneath the small of the back and drop down onto your forearms. Push the chest towards the sky. Take a fish pose, which just counters that forward fold with a little back bend. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale, remember to keep the toes pointed, head roll back, chest up towards the sky. Deep breath. Palms flat on the mat. Exhale. And exhale. Take one more deep breath here. Gently release the hands and roll yourself back up to seated. Flex your feet, sitting in your Dandasana, your staff pose. Lengthen through the spine. Engage your legs. So feet flexed and engage your legs. So you're going to feel the tightness in the muscles here. Deep breath, inhale. Bring your hands down by your side, palms flat, fingers facing straight ahead. And try and keep your arms straight but shoulders down. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. It might look like you're not really doing much, but you'll feel that engagement in your legs. Reach your arms towards the sky, keeping those shoulders down. And as you exhale, start to hinge forward at the hips, bringing yourself into your seated forward fold, drawing your torso towards your thighs and start to walk the hands forward. So this is a really good hamstring stretch. And I'm going to give you probably my favorite tip. You guys all know now I love bent knees. So the best thing to do in a seated forward fold is bend your knees slightly. Draw your torso then onto your thighs so your spine is flat. Because what we tend to do is if our legs are straight, we're putting this extra pressure on our hamstrings, and then we tend to do this. Curve back like the hunchback of Notre Dame, and we just don't want that. And actually, straight legs and a curved back is where we get lower back pain. It's where we get a lot of yoga injuries. So I am the advocate for yoga bent knees. You're going to bend those knees and drop the torso onto your thighs. And over time, take hold of your feet. Start to gently breathe into those legs, straightening them slightly one at a time. And it might take months before the legs become completely flat, but that's fine. It's much better for you to bend the knees and flatten the spine than the other way around. Breathe into that stretch. Really feel it on the back of the hamstrings, nice and gently easing yourself forward. Deep breath. And exhale. Gaze straight ahead. Pull that torso forward, feeling that stretch on the back of your hamstrings. Remember, if it hurts, gently bring yourself up and lower. And I always say, inhale, we lengthen, exhale, we come forward. And let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently roll yourself up to seated. Take the legs and bring them into a wide straddle position. We're going to get deep into our hamstrings. So this is good prep for your box splits and also for other splits as well. So any kind of hip flexor or hamstring stretching is great for splits practice because all those areas need to be nice and loosened up. So option 2, either point or flex your feet, but make sure they're doing something because that really engages your whole leg. So don't just let them be lazy. Open your legs as wide as you can. So you can put your hands behind and just kind of push your hips forward, and that will get them as wide as possible. Bring your hands in front, and then you're going to start to gently walk the hands forward on your exhale. And as always, same move on the exhale. When you inhale, pause, hold where you are. Feel that stretch through the hamstrings. Remember, point or flex the feet. Exhale, draw the hands a little further forward. Inching them forward, inching your chest towards the mat, feeling that opening in your hamstrings. Pay attention to how it's feeling. If it starts to feel uncomfortable or hurt, gently pause where you are or lift yourself out slightly. So this is a nice progressive hamstring stretch. And the reason that we move on the exhale is I always feel of it as inhale to prepare and exhale to go, because when we inhale, we're kind of getting ready. And when you exhale, it's kind of like you're pushing yourself into that movement. You kind of blow everything out. You're going, kind of pushing yourself into that movement. And the exhale always gives your body that little extra bit of dexterity. So keep moving those hands forward on the exhale, drawing that torso towards the mat. And this is good practice for box splits, because in box splits, we want our legs completely wide open. We want our chest down on the mat. And sometimes we want to try and reach for our feet as well. And wherever you are, let's try and hold here. Breathe into that stretch. Feel those hamstrings moving. And I also like to kind of gently rock my hips a little bit, which gets the hamstrings open a little bit more. So this was not one that I did straight after my hamstring injury, because this is a very deep, deep hamstring stretch. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Take one more breath here. Gently, gently, you're going to walk those hands back into an upright position and slowly draw the legs back together. And you might notice that they feel a little bit achy, a little bit tense. Just bring your feet flat, knees bent, and just give yourself that little hug. Lovely. Let go of the hands, bring the hands behind you, and you're going to lift those legs into a tabletop position. Lengthen your spine, core engage. We're going to go straight into our boat pose. It's a nice little balance, little core engagement. We're just going to give the hamstrings a rest for a minute. So option 1 here is hands behind, so the hands are helping you balance on those sit bones. Option 2 is you bring the hands in line with your legs. Nice long back. And option 3 is that you straighten the legs. And we're going to hold here wherever you are. Let's go for 10, 9, well done, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, well done, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bend the knees, plant the feet, straighten your left leg out, take your right foot and bring it to your left thigh. So this is probably quite a nice one if you do have very tight hamstrings or you have had a hamstring injury. This is probably the gentlest of these seated hamstring stretches. As you're not doing both at the same time, you're just going to allow yourself to ease into the stretch. So making sure those hips are squared to the front. Inhale, raise the arms up towards the sky, keep the shoulders down, and as you exhale, hinge forward, gearing the torso towards the thigh. What I want you to avoid here is leaning towards the left too much. Trying to begin with, we're going to keep ourselves straight ahead, peeling ourselves forward, torso towards the thigh. Really nice deep breath. And exhale. And then try and reach for that left foot or ankle or calf, and then you are going to reach that right arm up and over and just give yourself that little stretch down the right side. Try and keep those bum cheeks planted on the mat. Deep breath. And exhale. Gently let go. Walk the hands back into an upright position. Straighten your right leg out and take your left foot towards your right thigh. So same thing on the other side. Make sure those hips are squared to the front. And you might find that it's a little bit easier on one side than the other. It's completely normal. You'll find it in most poses, as you guys probably know by now. Reach those arms up towards the sky, and as you exhale, hinge forward, draw the torso towards the thigh. Keep those hips squared to the front here. Try and keep that spine nice and straight if you can. Breathing into that stretch, deep inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And gently reach your hand towards your right foot, ankle or calf. Reach the left arm over the top. Keep those bum cheeks planted on the mat. Deep breath. Lovely. And exhale. And inhale. Give me one more deep breath here. Gently walk the hands back into an upright position. Place your palms flat, untuck your legs, and bring yourself into that all fours position on your mat. Stack your joints, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Push down through the palms, the knees, and the tops of your feet. And breathe here nice and deep, pushing the air away. Inhale. And exhale. Really feel energy coming out of those points. Keep the spine flat and the core engaged. And if you want to, what we're going to do is we're going to take 10, where we're just going to roll onto the tops of our feet and lift our bums. Keep the core engaged, the back straight. So what we're going to do is lift and lower. So let's go for 10 of those. Lift and lower and lift. Keep that core engaged and lower and lift and lower and lift and lower. And let's go 5 and lower and 4 and lower and 3 and lower and 2 and lower and 1. Really nice. And lower. Push down through the palms, tuck the toes under, and send those sit bones up towards the sky into your downward facing dog. Spread the shoulders wide, pulling the shoulders away from the ears and externally rotating them. That stops us getting any rotator cuff injuries. Spread your fingers wide and push into your little fingers, the outside of your palms. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Draw the heels towards the mat, but if they don't meet the mat, don't worry. If you want to, you can bend the knees as always. Love a bent knee in yoga. Make sure the feet are about hip width apart. Gazing between your legs or at your belly button. Take a nice deep breath here. We're going to roll on to the balls of our feet. Lift our heels. And exhale, lower. Inhale, we lift. And exhale, lower. Really nice. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. So this is just quite a nice, gentle way of stretching out your hamstrings and your calves. Lift and lower. It's one of my favorites because I have really tight calves and really tight hamstrings. So this one just gently eases them open. One more of those. And then gently take a deep breath, wave the body forward, bring yourself into a high plank position, core engaged, wrists under shoulders. Start to drop your knees towards the mat, but don't let them touch the mat. Send your bum back towards your heels. Push up, downward facing dog. Let's go again. Wave the body forward, high plank. Knees, bum down dog. And again, plank. Knees, bum down dog. Let's go for 3. Knees, bum down dog. And 2. Knees, bum down dog. Last 1. Knees, bum down dog. Well done. Take that right leg all the way up behind you. 3-legged dog. Pass the right knee in towards the chest. Planting the right foot, drop the back knee, untuck that left foot. Bring yourself into your low lunge or your runner's lunge. So we're going to get into our hip flexors and strengthening our quads and our hamstrings. Bring those arms up in line with the ears, deep breath. Make sure that right ankle stays underneath the knee. Really feel yourself sinking into those hip flexors. Deep breath here, inhale. So this is a really good one if you're a runner. Really good for practicing splits, really good for stretching those hamstrings. So if you want to, you can stay here. If you want to split the arms, send the left arm forward, the right arm back, taking a little twist. And if you want to go further still, drop that right hand down onto your left calf, reach that left arm up and over. And my left and right still hasn't improved even after all this time. Sink into that front knee bend. Wherever you are, let's hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Windmill those hands around on either side of that front foot. Bend the back knee, straight the front leg, and flex that right foot. Keeping those hips aligned to the front, we're going to start to peel ourselves forward, drawing our torso towards our thigh. Deep stretch through the back of the right hamstring. This is probably one of the most intense hamstring stretches in my opinion. Deep inhale. Exhale, peel yourself forward, deep breath. Inhale. And exhale, well done. Try and keep that spine flat, try and keep the leg straight. Give me one more deep breath. And gently plant that right foot. Bring the hands in line with your right foot. Tuck that left toe under. Lift the knee. Deep breath. And you're going to lift that left leg and bring yourself into a standing split. And try not to fall forward like I just did. Drawing the torso towards the thigh. Lift that leg up. You're going to feel that stretch in the back of your hamstring. And from here, we're just going to bend both knees and drop that left knee towards the right ankle. And straighten. We're going to go for 5. And straighten, stretching out those hamstrings. 4. And straighten. 3. And straighten. Well done. 2. And straighten. And 1. And this time step all the way back with that left leg. Plant the right foot. Bring yourself up into a high lunge, which is really good for healthy knees. Really, really good for your balance. Hips under shoulders. Deep breath. Inhale. Gorgeous. Drop the hands down on either side of that front foot. Take a breath, step back into a plank position. Lovely core engaged, and either push straight back up into your downward dog or tuck those elbows in, come down through your chaturanga. Push forward, upward facing dog, and push back, downward facing. Lovely, send that left leg all the way up behind you, 3-legged dog. Take that left knee. Pass it towards your chest, plant the left foot, drop the back knee, your right knee, untuck that right foot. So left ankle underneath left knee, bring those arms up in line with your ears and sink into that front knee bend. And I'm just going to move the mat back slightly because I just feel very close to the camera. So sinking into those hip flexors, stretching and strengthening our quads and hamstrings here. And if you want to, you can stay here. If you want to take that arm split, the right arm goes forward, left arm goes back. And if you want to drop that left hand onto the right thigh, calf, right calf, now I'm getting body parts mixed up, and right arm all the way back, then please do. Wherever you are, let's hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Circle the arms back around, place those palms on either side of that front foot. Bend the right knee, straight that left leg, flex the left foot. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, peel yourself forward. Walk the hands forward. Gluing the torso onto the thigh. Make sure those hips are squared to the front. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale, lowering yourself down. Feeling that stretch through the left hamstring, nice and intense. Really good one for runners, this little sequence. Deep breath. And exhale. And then gently bring yourself back, plant that left foot, bring the palms in line with the left foot. Tuck that right toe under, lift the right knee. Take a deep breath, inhale. As you exhale, lift up into your standing split. And when you're ready, we're going to bend both knees. Drop that knee towards the left ankle and straighten. Let's go for 5. And straighten. And 4. And straighten. And 3. And straighten. And 2. And straighten. And 1. And straighten. Step that right leg back. Bring those arms up in line with your ears. High lunge. Sink into that front knee bend. Take a deep breath. No matter what I do, I always cut my head off in the Facebook stream. I'm so sorry. Drop your palms down on either side of that front foot. Step back into your plank position, either pushing straight back up into your downward dog or tuck those elbows in. Come down through your chaturanga. Push forward, upward facing, and push back. Downward facing dog. Slight bend in your knees, gaze straight ahead. Step, float, or jump through into a seated position on your mat. And we're going to take our legs wide again into that wide leg straddle. Now that we've stretched out a little more, we're going to return to this position, but we're not going to bring ourselves forward. We're going to give individual stretches to each side. So bring your palms behind you and just shift those hips forward so you're really opening the legs as much as you possibly can. And you're going to start to walk the hands towards either your left ankle or your left calf, wherever feels good for you to hold. You can take hold of your foot as well. Reach that right arm up and over and try and keep those hips nice and aligned. The bum cheeks want to feel even. So you don't want to feel like you're lifting that right bum cheek. Really feel planted and central. Keep the chest open. And you want to try and drop yourself down towards the left side. Deep breath. And exhale. And this is going to be stretching the right side of your body. It's going to be stretching both hamstrings. It's going to feel like a very intense, deep stretch. Deep inhale. And exhale. Feel it in the left hamstring, the left hip. Sink deeper into the stretch. And let's take one more here. And then gently start to walk those hands across to the right. Reach for the right foot. Reach that left arm up and over. And wherever you are, try and keep those bum cheeks planted. And let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring yourself back to center. Lovely, lovely. Draw your legs together. Bend the knees, place the feet flat. Bring your arms in line with your legs and gently peel yourself back down onto the mat. Rolling all the way back down. Bring your hands in line with your hips. Head, neck, shoulder, and spine in a nice straight line. Drop those shoulders. Make sure the spine is flat on the mat, which will give your pelvis a very gentle tilt. Feet and knees want to stay parallel. Don't dip them to the side. Make sure the feet stay flat. Inhale, we prepare, and exhale. Imagine someone's got a piece of string through your pelvis and it's pulling you up towards the sky. Walk the shoulders together. Walk them together underneath your back. Take hold of your hands underneath your back. Send the hips nice and high into your shoulder bridge. So, shoulder bridge. It's a lovely little powerhouse move. So we're stretching our shoulders. We're also working on back bends. It's really good for hamstrings and glutes, strengthening that area so you can feel that engagement in your bums and your lower back. That is if you keep those feet and knees parallel, try not to dip them to the side. It's really good for pelvic floor, so particularly ladies if you've had a baby, but everyone, we should always work on pelvic floor strength. You can also do this one when you're pregnant. And this stretch is good for anxiety, insomnia, and stress. And if you hold for 5 minutes a day, everyone says that it helps with digestive issues and can also help with symptoms of depression. So it's a nice little pose. Let's keep those hips high for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the fingers, roll that spine back down onto the mat. Draw the knees into the chest and gently rock from side to side. Apanasana, release the spine. Really nice. Take a deep breath. Straighten your left leg out and reach that right leg up towards the sky. You can either point or flex your foot, doesn't matter which one. Take your hands now either to the back of your thigh, the back of your calf, or reaching your fingers around your big toe. We're going to get nice and deep into our hamstring. So this is a really nice one for before or after you run. It's also a good one for keeping the knees nice and healthy, which is why you want to avoid putting your hands on the back of that knee joint. Inhale to lengthen and exhale, gently pull yourself deeper into that stretch. Try and keep the spine flat on the mat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Really, really nice and deep. And then when you're ready, you're going to start to drop that foot open, keeping the legs straight. Try and bring that leg out to the side. If that's a little bit much for you, feel free to bend the knee here as you drop that leg open, so you're opening up the hip. Make sure you keep the spine flat. Use your left hand to push on your left hip to make sure that pelvis stays neutral. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. And give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring that right leg down. Take the left leg up towards the sky. Point or flex the foot. Take your hands either onto the back of your thigh, onto the back of your calf, or reaching your fingers towards your big toe. And remember, as always, guys, if you are reaching for the big toe and on the other leg you're not, don't worry. So my left side is definitely my less flexible side. I did a hamstring injury on the left 3 years ago and it just has never properly recovered. So I never really reached for the big toe on that side, and I've just given in to the fact that that will probably never happen. But it doesn't mean you can't get a good stretch even if you don't even if you don't reach for the big toe. So inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, pull that leg towards you. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Give me one more here. And everyone now starting to drop that left leg open to the side. And if you want to bend the knee, by all means do. Keep the spine flat. Keep your right hand on your right hip to make sure those hips stay nice and neutral. That pelvis is neutral. Keeping everything nice and aligned. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And let's go for one more deep breath here. And then gently bringing that leg back to center. Hug the knees in towards your chest. So we're going to finish up. We're going to take a little inversion. We're going to take our shoulder stand. And then we're going to try and bring ourselves over into plow pose. Obviously, if that's not in your practice, that's fine. So I'm going to give you guys some options. You can take an early Shavasana. You can bring your legs nice and straight with your back flat, which is literally as though your legs are against a wall. Ladies, if you're on your period and you really don't feel like you want to do inversions, that's fine. This is a really good one for you. It's a good one to do during your cycle. And if you do have headstand in your practice and you prefer to just take that, by all means, please do feel free. Everyone else, we're going to take our knees into our chest, bring the hands into the small of your back, and gently bring yourself up onto your forearms. Trying to make that body in a nice straight line. When you're ready, if you want to, you can stay here. If you would like to, you can bring both legs back behind you. Try not to knock over things in your house like me. Into your plow pose. You can also hug those knees in towards your ears, making yourself really, really small. Inversions are very, very personal. So please, please pay attention to your body. And I'm just going to bring myself out of that so I can talk to you. If at any point you feel like you need to come out of an inversion, if you're taking a headstand, bring yourself down, take a child's pose. If you are taking your shoulder stand or your plow pose, you want to gently roll out the way that you came in. Gently, gently roll out the way that you came in, and then you're going to go back to your fish pose, which is with your feet pointed, legs together, hands underneath the small of your back, and lift that chest up towards the sky. Some people really enjoy being upside down. For some, it feels quite restrictive, can make you feel sick or dizzy. If there's any mamas practicing with me, I don't know about you, but I used to be an inversion like junkie. I loved being upside down since having a baby. I haven't been able to stomach it very well. I don't know if it's just a change in the body, but that can be something that happens. You might feel different depending on if you're dehydrated, if you're tired, if ladies, if your period is due. It can all affect how you feel upside down. So when you're ready, peel yourself out of your shoulder stand, point those toes, palms underneath the small of your back, push that chest up, let the head roll all the way back. Deep breath, inhale, in your fish pose, and exhale. Then gently peel yourself back down onto the mat, reach those arms up above your head, point your fingers, point your toes, reaching from one side of the room to the other. Imagine someone's got you by the fingers, someone's got you by the toes. They're pulling you so hard that you can't get away. Your limbs should be shaking from the tension. Pour in so much tension to this stretch. Pull those shoulders up to the ears, screw those facial features up. Give yourself a million double chins, beady eyes, the ugliest face you've ever made in your life. And while you're here, pull all your mental tension as well. What's upsetting you, making you sad, making you angry? What's really getting to you today? Throw it all into the mix. Build it all up, big old tension bomb. We're going to throw it back out into the universe. Give ourselves 5 minutes, please. Let's keep reaching. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let go. Bring the arms down by your side. Feet falling open, palms open. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And just gently start to melt down into your mat. If you do need anything for your Shavasana, please feel free to grab it now. If you need a drink of water, dim the lights, pop on music, grab jumpers, grab cushions, whatever you want. And when you're ready, bring yourself back down onto the mat. And as always, if you don't want to stay for Shavasana, that's absolutely fine. Feel free to log out. Otherwise, bring yourself down onto the mat, palms open, feet open. And take a nice deep inhale through the nose, expand your abdomen. And send all of that air down towards the bottom of your lungs. filling them like a glass all the way to the top. As you exhale, reverse the breath, draw the navel in towards the spine. And start to tune out your distractions. Bring yourself back to where you were at the beginning of the class. No thoughts, no worries. Slow and steady rise and fall of your breath. And let's just take our attention towards our feet. Feel them fall open on the mat. Ankles, calves, knees and thighs lightweight. All the way up to the base of your spine. Feel each vertebrae unravel one by one. Melting into the mat. Becoming one with the earth. All the way up to your shoulders and feel them pull down away from your ears, releasing those tension points. Shoulders rolling down your spine, melting into the mat like lava. Arms lightweight at your side. Palms open and fingers unwrapped. Allow your neck to grow long, head light, facial features soft and gentle. Unlock your jaw, unclench your teeth, drop the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Sweep the mind clear of any clutter. And then draw your attention finally towards your chest and your abdomen. That slow and steady rise and fall of your breath. A gentle rhythm driving you deeper into a nice sense of calm, feeling yourself melt into that mat. One vertebra at a time, peeling yourself into the ground, feeling yourself become one with the earth. Just take these moments. Breathe into your body. Allow that breath to flow into every corner. Melt deeper into the mat as you inhale and exhale. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes to draw awareness back into your body. Hug your knees into your chest and gently rock from side to side to release your spine on. Bringing yourself all the way over onto the right hand side into a fetal position. And then gently bring yourself up to seated, palms on your knees, sit tall, drop the shoulders down. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And exhale. And inhale. And this time let out a deep sigh like you're letting everything go. And once more inhale. And a really loud audible sigh, let's go. And draw your palms together at your heart center. Thank you all so much for practicing with me. Hope you have a lovely rest of your evening. Namaste.